So if you're like me and you avoided the quote-unquote Souls-like games for years because you thought they were too difficult to even attempt, or at least too difficult to attempt at the full game price tag, well then this video might be for you. A few months ago, on a whim, I decided to just try. I have now very happily put in over 100 hours on Nioh. I've purchased Dark Souls 3, and I am insanely overhyped for Elden Ring. We'll see how that plays out. I'm of course still very novice to this genre. This is not the video of an expert. This is a video of someone who was scared to try these games and wanted to just dip my foot in. I picked up Nioh for $8 and I went in expecting, you know what, I'll give it a try. It'll be worth some laughs on stream, which by the way, I stream on twitch.tv/redbeardflynn, and I'd love to see you there, perhaps playing a Souls-like. Without further ado, let's roll the clip. Oh, real quick before we oh no, I had the kill.
You suck.
This is another moment where the chair is better at this game than me.
Oh shit.
Oh, like this dude. This dude could kill me. No! No! It was doing so well. No, oh my god, what am I doing? No, I'm making everything worse. Ah! Oh, that's cool. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna let the chair take it from here. That wasn't the right clip. Hey, roll this one. Roll that clip. Shit. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Just focus. Oh, we did it! Oh shit! Oh! No. Oh my god! Game over, ladyface. When I think back to why I avoided Souls-like games, I think there are three main reasons: lack of difficulty modes, public perception, and fear of failure. Let me address each of these in turn, starting with the inability to lower difficulty when you get stuck. I think this was one of the biggest deterrents for me as someone who previously mostly played games for the story, not for the challenge. The inability to play a story mode was a turnoff for me because it was so counter to what I had traditionally played the games for. Having played Nioh now, I feel like this is an integral part of the gameplay. The difficulty is as much a part of Nioh as the story is, if not more so. The story is interesting and has emotional bits, but it alone would not be enough to make the game what it is. This type of game, the difficulty is interwoven so much with the experience. Adding an easier version just wouldn't be the same. And I think if there was a difficulty, I would have immediately defaulted to the lower difficulty. It's what I do in a lot of games. I try to go for the easier path because I can get frustrated easily and I didn't want to deal with that. Taking that option away kind of in a way forced me to test myself, and I was actually very happy with the results. So this ties closely to public perception, both positive and negative. From Reddit posts and Steam reviews to articles on Game Rant, the argument has been made for an easy mode on these games, and I probably would have sided with these arguments before playing them. And I think that comes from a perception of seeing these games as being harder than they actually are. Before you roast me in the comment section, let me explain. We have to consider what you're seeing as hard. Perception of Souls-like games is that they're punishingly difficult, and the appeal of them is that punishment. But in reality, they often play a little bit like a learning simulator. The game gives you the tools to overcome the obstacles as you progress, and multiple resets are often held up as a difficulty proof. But what I'd say is that anyone who has the ability to learn and can get the timing down can really enjoy a Souls-like. And I think you may have already done that in games that are not considered Souls-like. If you played Mario, if you played an MMO, you've probably had to deal with timing before. You've probably had to deal with learning things as you go through the game. If you played puzzle games, you definitely have the mental capacity. I suck at puzzle games. You don't have to do a no-hit run. You don't have to complete all achievements or the various other challenges to enjoy the game. Being able to get through it or being able to get through part of it can still be enough to give you the sense of enjoyment that I've been feeling when I've played Nioh. It gives you this sometimes elusive dopamine hit. And on the fear of failure, I had convinced myself before ever trying any Souls-like game that they were just too hard and that I wouldn't get past the tutorial. We're not going to talk about the fact that I died multiple times in the tutorial. It was hard, okay? I mean, you start out like naked, running around, dude has a sword. Besides the point. So essentially, I had given up before ever trying and cut out this entire genre from my gaming library because I didn't want to confirm this idea that I wasn't good enough to play these games. I couldn't have been more wrong, though. Am I good at them? Obviously not that great. I'm actually quite bad, if we're going to be completely and brutally honest. I am not good at these games. I'm slow. I get lost on simple puzzles. I die a lot. I die in stupid ways, and bosses take me a long time. Umibozu alone took me, I believe, 13 hours. But when you do break through, when you find the way, when you make that dodge, when you get that hit, the reward is something I have only ever felt before when beating a challenging raid in an MMO. This is where I believe the public perception poisons the fear of failure. You, watching right now, have probably done something in a game more frustrating, more time-consuming, more difficult than any of the individual challenges in a Souls-like game. You may have spent hours, days, weeks, or more learning things, perhaps even looking at tutorials or practicing for a PvP. Did you get an epic in EverQuest? Did you conquer a difficult raid in another MMO? Did you do arenas in WoW? Or beat some of those harder levels on Super Mario? You faced challenges in game before. You felt the frustration and the exultation when you conquer it. Souls-like games aren't very different from that. It's just they're tied to that cycle as their core gameplay. It moves from one challenge to the next. Failures on the way to success are just part of the process. So if you want to just give them a shot, if you want to try these games, here are some tips for how I've not only made the leap to try the game, but grown to absolutely adore the genre and look forward to them. Tip number 1, in-game deaths are not failures. They can be surprising, they can be accidental, they can be funny, but more often than not, they can be learning opportunities. Go into the game with the expectation you will be dying a lot. Don't set any crazy goals like, I'm only gonna die X amount of times, especially not on your first attempt in your first Souls-like. Games with easier modes have taught us that deaths are rare and even perhaps embarrassing. That really shouldn't be the case with a Souls-like. I wear my 600 plus deaths not even halfway through Nioh as a badge of honor. It means that I have reset in the game 600 plus times and continue to enjoy every moment. If you get frustrated with each death, this will be a difficult time, so letting go of that frustration and treating it as entertainment and learning is key to enjoying yourself, unless you're fueled by rage. If so, more power to you, I suppose. Don't hurt me? Number 2, relish the achievements when they happen. Just let the dopamine flow and relax. When you beat a boss or pull off an attack, cheer for yourself. But don't cheer for yourself right after pulling off attack because you may die. But you know what I mean. Celebrate your victories, large and small. The game is not going to cheer for you as loudly as you will cheer for yourself. So take the time to really appreciate what you did and appreciate where you've come from the start of the game to where you are. Number 3 is just a general tip, and this may apply more to Nioh than some other games, but I think it works. Take your time. So many deaths have come for me when I've gotten cocky, when I've underestimated quote unquote trash mobs that I'd killed hundreds of times before. And when I rushed, when I dodged off the side of a bridge, when I fell in a hole, when I got one hit killed by something I had been really taking my time with. I think the only times when the deaths have felt just always completely normal is in the boss fight, because you're always engaged and focusing on the boss fight. Focus on the other parts of the game too. Give the whole game your respect. Number 4 is remember you can quit anytime, temporarily or long term. Many of the games have a low barrier to entry. Nioh was on sale for $8 when I got it and was recently free on Epic. Other games are frequently on sale. You don't need to wait for Elden Ring to play. Grab a game with an aesthetic that interests you and give it a shot. Number 5, and this is a tip that I need to keep in mind, is remember that not all Souls-like are the same. The mechanics can vary, the difficulty on different things will vary. So if one game isn't exactly your fit, like the mission to mission system in Nioh, another game may be more up your alley. If you've avoided the genre, I hope I've at least helped you consider giving it a shot. I can't stress enough just how bad I feel I am at games. I am not a good gamer. I just have fun. I am still not good at Nioh, and I expect to be similarly bad at other Souls-like games. But I am so happy I tried, because it's been a gaming experience I cherish, and I hope you will too. Give it a shot, because if I can play it and enjoy it with my limited skill set, I'm certain you can too. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Redbeard Flynn, and if you want to see me suck at Souls-like games and others, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/redbeardflynn. Thank you and have a wonderful day. I do like the boss fights. I think it's weird. I kind of like how at all times in this game, you can die. I know that's probably weird to say. Oh shit. Like this dude could kill me. Or